This is why Akeem did what he did as far as coming to America undercover, because he didn't want his wealth and status to cloud the judgment of his potential wife. And this is what I love about coming to America. Under the laughs and the big 80s energy, coming to America is about stripping away status so that you can find out what really matters, which for some people is love, honesty, and being seen for who you are, not what you own. Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Sunny, and today we are watching Coming to America, which yes, is hilarious, but it's packed with themes that are still so relevant to this day. Themes like cultural clashes, identity, love, and beneath all the laughs, there's a story there. A story about finding your true self in a world that's already decided who you should be. A story about love, independence, and what it takes to create your own path. From what I remember, Coming to America is about being seen for who you are. Not your money, not your title, not your looks, just you. And honestly, that's timeless. And I definitely relate. As you can see today, I am watching Coming to America on a DVD. Yes, a DVD. Between my husband and I, we have thousands of DVDs. And I thought, why not? Why not pop one in and enjoy it with you guys? So hopefully you can enjoy it with me. Here we go. I haven't watched this movie in years. This is exciting. You can see that that's not real. This is music to wake him up peacefully and gently. That's how we all should wake up. Instead of a blaring alarm. This is how you should wake up. This is how we all should wake up. Peacefully.
Do you think perhaps just once I might use the bathroom by myself?
Just once.
Wipers!
Wipers. James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair. And you know, just a few short years later, James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair went on to play Mufasa and Sarabi in The Lion King. I don't know, when did Lion King come out? 94, I think? 93? This movie came out in 88.
Is something troubling you, my son? I am more than the exalted ruler of this land and the master of all I survey. I'm also a concerned dad.
Just a moment. The cooking, the pampering, the dressing, the bathing. Actually, I'd rather enjoy the bathing, but just for once, I would like to cook for myself.
Of course you enjoy the bathing.
Dress myself, wipe my own backside. And why? Why can't I find my own wife?
It is normal to feel anxiety about meeting your queen.
When I first met your father, I was terrified. I was so nervous, I became nauseous.
So, you see, my son, there is a very fine line between love and nausea.
Love and nausea. And you know, some arranged marriages are quite successful.
It is an overrated experience.
Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, they give comedy gold in this movie.
Only dogs are to obey. If you truly love your wife, you will value her opinion.
That is true. Love is about partnership. Marriage is about partnership.
Your wife need only have a pretty face, a firm backside, and big breasts like cassava milk.
Wow, that's all she needs? I see the stunt double.
You would share your bed and your fortune with a beautiful fool.
That is the way it has always been with men of power. It is
A
tradition.
beautiful fool. Maybe it's time to break tradition. If you can't tell by now, Zamunda is a deeply patriarchal society. Deeply. Women are raised to be subservient and fill specific roles, as Semi just eloquently put it. And I think Akeem is ready to rebel against these gender norms and these gender expectations. He's looking for more than just beauty. He's looking for more than that. He's looking for a partnership, someone who can bring value to his life. And I think that's beautiful. What a beautiful family. When I was in a band, yes, I was in a band, we remixed this beat. I think I might have the video of it too. I played the bass drum. Gorgeous. She is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
She's your baby, a queen to be
Song is iconic. To be used at your discretion. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the jewels on James Earl Jones's crown look like pieces of gum. The blue ones, they look like pieces of gum. Every time they zoom into his face, I'm like, is that gum? Winter fresh? Chewed up winter fresh.
Am I not all you dreamed I would be? Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Yes, I know that.
She's been trained to serve him.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
He's looking for someone with more depth. And it's not her fault. They raised her this way. They legit groomed her to serve Akeem. It's so deeply ingrained in her. It's not her fault.
Fine girl, isn't she?
You see, there's the gum.
I told you
It looks like winter fresh. I want some gum. Random zebras.
Hello, Babar.
That was so sweet. I hope no animals were harmed in the making of this movie. Here's the thing. Akeem has all the money in the world, but what he wants is love. Love that isn't for sale. And honestly, that's a flex that money can't buy. But the other issue, though, is, unfortunately, Akeem is, I think he has a very idealistic view of the world outside of Zamunda. I think he's very sheltered. And so he thinks there's something out there for him, which there was something out there for him. But I think he's looking at things with the rose-colored glasses.
I want a woman that's going to arouse my intellect as well as my loins.
Where will you find such a woman?
Queens.
Queens. This is definitely going to be a culture shock.
Remember, Simi, no one here can know I am royalty. You must appear to be no different than the average man.
They can take one look at him and tell he's royalty. I'm coming to America. Oh, say, can you see? I'm coming to America. Semi is not feeling this. He's like the bougie friend that you travel with, unsatisfied with the accommodations. Oh, wow, that's Cuba Gooding Jr. in the chair. I never knew he was in this movie. The real royal family of this movie, the barbers in the barbershop. And the fact that Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall play the majority of these characters in the barbershop, amazing. For a lot of people, the barbershop is a safe space. It's a safe space for men. It's where identity, humor, and community collide. This is definitely a culture shock for Akeem and Semi. Half the comedy for me is them trying to fit in, but half the heart comes from the fact that he doesn't, and that's okay. Also, I want to say this is very reminiscent of the immigrant experience in America for a lot of people. You know, this is a little while after that, but my parents came to America in the early 80s. And to say they struggled would be an understatement. They struggled with the culture. They struggled with the language. So much so that by the time I was 5 and my sister was 9, we were already in charge of the administration for our parents. We were translating. We were always put in the forefront as far as answering phone calls, answering letters, and even to this day, that still rings true. And, you know, it's just trying to survive in America. And it's a lot harder than what Akeem thinks it is. You live and you learn, and he's about to learn. One thing that I forgot that this movie does, it kind of does a really good job at showing a specific type of immigrant experience in America. Like I mentioned, my parents, they came to America in the early 80s, and it was definitely challenging for them to remain true to where they come from and to remain true to themselves while also trying to assimilate into the culture, the American culture. And they did it. They did it with difficulty. Although we kept a lot of our traditions and a lot of our cultural identity, we thrived in America. I mean, they call it the American dream. And I'm happy. I'm happy for my parents. I'm happy to be in America. And, you know, the alternative would have been a lot worse. So it's a wonderful place to be. But that's not to say that it wasn't difficult. It was extremely difficult. Even as a first generation American, it was definitely difficult. And remaining true to your culture, remaining true to yourself is a great way to honor where you've come from. And I'll also say that immigrants aren't the only ones that struggle in America. The working class definitely struggles. This portion of the movie definitely highlights that. It highlights the gritty realities of the urban environment in New York. Obviously, New York is not really like this anymore. I grew up in New York. I was born in Brooklyn, and I actually lived in Queens for a very long time before moving away and going to the military and then coming back. And it's not like this anymore. A lot of it has to do with gentrification, but also with the times, things have upgraded. Sanitation is a lot more efficient. I'm sure you can find some parts in Queens that might be a little bit more gritty than what we're used to. And that's the reality of the working class in a lot of urban environments, not just New York. So I think that this movie does a really good job at showing that, and I really am enjoying it.
Come on in, gentlemen.
When you come to Queens, but you expect Zamunda service, just, you see, they get robbed. That was quick. This directly contrasts the opulence of Zamunda. One bathroom on the floor. You have to share the bathroom with people. What is that on the walls? Oh, Semi is like, I did not sign up for this. Semi is not feeling this one bit.
We will take the room. Yes.
Semi is like, the hell we will. He's so idealistic. And I feel like his idealism drives him to behave impractically. So glow. Yo, Semi is ready to go.
Come on up here, baby girl. So good somebody ought to put you on a plate and sop you up with a biscuit.
This is the kind of woman he's been looking for. She's piquing his interest. Wow, and he just passed it right along. Didn't even donate nothing. All the money from the money clip. Oh, heck no. You know, she has depth. She seems like she has substance. That's what he's looking for.
8507 Queens Boulevard.
Queens Boulevard. Not too far from where I grew up, honestly. McDowell's. It's a faux Donald's. He's probably getting sued.
See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
The golden arcs. He has to be getting sued. He's sheltered. He's never done menial jobs or like hard work at all. But the good thing is he's eager. He's eager to work. He's eager to dive right in. He's eager. So that's great. He could be eager because he's ready to shoot his shot. But at least the hard work is not daunting to him. Is this their meet cute?
Hi.
Meet not so cute.
Hello. When you think of garbage, think of Akeem.
Maybe not.
Well,
Maybe not think of Akeem when you think of
back
garbage.
to my sanitation duty. Maybe we'll have a chance again to talk on a professional level.
Aww.
Goodbye, Akeem.
Is that his theme song? Talk about full of yourself. Oh, so Soul Glow is his company.
I thought you might enjoy them.
Well, thank you.
He's buying her father's love.
You wouldn't happen to know who that was, would you?
Well,
I thought it was you.
He's taking credit. He's taking credit. Anything for the kids. He didn't even put $1 in there, not even a dime. Oh my gosh. What a total scumbag. I'm shocked his headrest in the car isn't greasy.
Great.
Hey, take care of this for me, will you?
Yeah, scumbag. Don't laugh at your prince.
Hey, it's Kunta Kinte!
Not Kunta Kinte.
What can I do with you, boy?
Well, his name ain't Toby. I think he should have pride in his natural hair. He doesn't have to try to look like Daryl to get the girl. It's unnecessary. I mean, he's not being himself, but he's a prince. But I don't think he needs to change his appearance. See, he's not even trying to give him the time of day. He's like, get back to work. He's like a working class immigrant, seemingly. He sees value in Daryl because of Daryl's pockets. He doesn't take into account Daryl's character. He doesn't take into account Daryl's values. All he cares about is what he can bring as far as monetary value. And with Akeem being seemingly poor and, well, seemingly working class and an immigrant, he doesn't see him as somebody worthy enough for his daughter. He's building his slice of the American dream, and it does not include someone who doesn't have monetary value, at least for his daughter. Maybe he doesn't want his daughter to struggle. And that's kind of understandable. He doesn't want his daughter to struggle. He doesn't want his daughter to get it out of the mud like he did.
Wearing clothes must be a new experience for you.
How condescending. It's like, what do you think people in...
Chase the monkey.
Wow, what do they play in Africa? Chase the monkey. I think that even though Akeem is sheltered and a little naive, I think he's very humble. He's a very humble person. He's a very respectable person. And he actually values respect and genuine connection. And that's hard to find. And he's a prince. Can you imagine how easy it would be for a prince to be spoiled and entitled, kind of like Semi? And I know I'm giving Semi a lot of crap, but I should give Semi credit for being loyal to Akeem. And he's entertaining the shenanigans for now, so at least he's willing to go that far. But he's royal. Maybe, I don't know if Semi's royal, but maybe he's a noble. He's nobility. I don't know how Zamunda works because Zamunda is fictional, but yeah, he seems to be well off as well. And so I'm not surprised that these accommodations and this way of life and working hard is baffling to him, and it's annoying to him. I can see why. Akeem, he's putting himself through this date so that he can spend time with Lisa and get to know Lisa. Lisa, I mean, there could be worse choices out there. Lisa seems like a really, really nice young lady. She's independent, she's kind, she's grounded, she's compassionate, and she seems pretty down to earth. And I don't know how long she's been dating Daryl for, but I hope she sees his less than savory ways. He's not so nice. He was condescending and outright disrespectful, very disrespectful. And I think that it's a little ignorant, the way he's acting and the things that he's saying, especially for somebody who lives in New York. In New York, there are so many different cultures. It's legit a melting pot. There's people from the Caribbean, there's people from different parts of Asia, there's people from different countries in Africa, all living, and there are Americans. There are actual homebred Americans living in New York. The American culture is prevalent in New York, but there are so many other cultures there at play, and they are very, very proud, very proud. And so one thing that I really appreciate about being from New York is the fact that most New Yorkers are very, very appreciative of the complexities of different cultures, and they actually respect the complexities of different cultures. And it's a thing here. It's the way of life. And so it's very, very odd that Daryl is this way. But it could be something that's deeply ingrained in him. That could be just the way he was raised, to be very entitled, very closed-minded, very disrespectful to people and their differences. So a lot of the things that we do as adults are a result of the things that we learned as children and from the environment we're in. So that's probably where Daryl's coming from. But as a New Yorker, it's very, very rare to see somebody who acts like this as far as other cultures are concerned.
Sweetheart, why don't you quit this job?
Because I like it here.
See, she's hardworking. She's hardworking and she's ambitious.
I'll take care of you.
She doesn't want to rely on a man to take care of her.
Sometimes he can be pretty obnoxious.
Well, she is observant. She does recognize that Daryl has some flaws. I wonder why she stays with him. Is it to please her father?
Mr. and Mrs. Jenks, would you please join me? And Mother Jenks, you come up here.
Wow. Wow. They had greasy.
That makes me a very happy man.
Dripping.
Well, I'm pleased to announce that just a few
And
moments
Lisa
ago,
looks so
Daryl
confused.
here popped the big question, and Lisa happily accepted.
Did she?
He helped Gilligan get off the island.
He helped Gilligan get off the island. He can tell how angry she
You
is.
and my father decide to get together to plan my life. I wish you'd let me in on it.
It's not like...
Don't touch me.
She's headstrong. At least some women would have rolled over and taken that.
I mean, how could I have even considered marrying a guy like Daryl?
So she knew who he was all along.
You don't think I overreacted, do you?
Not at all.
The first reaction is usually the correct one.
Unless you have emotional regulation issues.
That's where the big bucks start rolling in.
Louis Anderson.
Just 2 years, huh?
And even though he's mopping and cleaning, there's this air of royalty still that surrounds him, the way he carries himself. And that's pretty good. That's wonderful. I love this for him, being in America without his title. Stripping him of his title forces him to ask himself, who am I? Who am I without the crown? And it's a good man. It's a good man, Savannah. Oh, I remember this. These are the guys from Trading Places. I love Trading Places. Should I watch Trading Places? Let me know in the comments if I should watch Trading Places. So they became homeless. Randolph and Mortimer. So they were that ruined that they lived on the street. Not even like in a 1-bedroom apartment. They on the street, living in cardboard box.
You have the most amazing effect on people.
She's right. I love men that can express themselves. She doesn't need the crown on his head to see that there's a regal air about him.
Well, the life of a goat herder is not that demanding.
Not a goat herder.
Or if I wanted a wealthy guy, I'd be with Daryl. Not you.
Oop. I love when men can express themselves. To be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling. When you feel it, you feel it. That's a nice kiss. I love when men can be vulnerable and express themselves. It's amazing.
But to be...
And you see, he still got the girl without all the royal embellishments. He still got the girl. That shows kindness can be king. Kindness, compassion, and being vulnerable. Those are things that women really value. And I value that in my husband. I love that about my husband.
To a museum with Akeem.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
What's wrong with
He doesn't have money.
You told me yourself. He's a goat herder. Why don't you marry Daryl?
Have you even considered his character? You see, he doesn't want her to struggle. He's building his American dream and he doesn't want his daughter to struggle. And I can understand that. I can understand that wholeheartedly. But what's the payoff? Be with someone who is lacking in character. He's obsessed with status. Cleo thinks that being with Daryl will bring his daughter an easy life because of the Soul Glow empire. But I will say he is a devoted father. He definitely did provide a good life for his daughters, gave them opportunities that a lot of people, working class people, don't have. So he's definitely misguided though. They're like, what kind of slum is our prince living in? He commands the air around him. Look at him. You can't tell me this man ain't royalty for real. In my head, James Earl Jones will forever be royalty. Rest in peace.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Velvet. It's Mufasa. Works.
My son works.
He's so scary. Can you imagine him being your father?
Yeah, well, look, Daryl, why don't you come by the house tonight?
You see, he's undermining her decision. He knows that Lisa doesn't want to be with Daryl anymore, but yet he's still going behind her back and inviting Daryl over. He's reading the McDonald's operation manual. Wow. Wow. That's why he's getting sued. You see how he's treating him? The difference is night and day. You see, this is the difference. You see how he's all of a sudden he knows that Akeem has wealth. Akeem has status. Now he's treating him so differently. Before, he barely gave him the time of day. This is why Akeem did what he did as far as coming to America undercover, because he didn't want his wealth and status to cloud the judgment of his potential wife. And this is what I love about coming to America. Under the laughs and the big 80s energy, coming to America is about stripping away status so that you can find out what really matters, which for some people is love, honesty, and being seen for who you are, not what you own. I hate that Cleo is this way. In his opinion, Lisa doesn't know what she wants, and he knows what's good for her. He knows what she deserves and what's better for her. Then he find out that Akeem is a prince with his face on money, and now all of a sudden he's the person that he wants for Lisa. Look at how he's treating him. Son?
Let me go see if they're ready.
Oh, you bugging. He is bugging. He is trying too hard.
He's rich. He is rich.
See, that's what he's obsessed with.
He's a prince.
Your little goat herder makes Daryl look like a welfare case. And she doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about money. Daryl had money, and when she thought he was a goat herder, she chose Akeem over Daryl. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about wealth. She doesn't care about status. She appreciated Akeem's genuine character. And I feel like that's why she's disappointed. She's disappointed because he lied. It was a deception. That's what I would be upset about.
We've already chosen his bride. So you see, he could not be at all serious about you. Akeem came to America to sow his royal oats.
This is America, Jack. Now you say one more word about Lisa here, and I'm gonna break my foot off in your royal.
At least he's protective of his daughter.
What did you tell her?
It is of no consequence.
His mother's
Akeem,
understanding.
I forbid you.
Put a sock in it, Joffrey. The boy is in love.
He's in love. He is. And not to say that he wouldn't have a good relationship with Imani, but the heart wants what the heart wants. I mean, and I said it earlier, some arranged marriages are quite successful, not just when you consider the length of time married, but some arranged marriages grow in love. Tokens, wow. I remember tokens. Metro cards became a thing when I was in junior high school. When they announced that they was going to get rid of tokens, my mom bought a whole bunch of tokens and then couldn't use them. We had a bag full of tokens at home.
At least I know who gave me these. Well, you can keep them, because I don't want them, and I don't want you.
He's being so
why
vulnerable.
Did you lie to me then? Why didn't you just tell me you were just wouldn't work out. We're too different. You're royalty, for God's sake.
People in New York would be like, okay.
I do not care about my crown. All I care about is you.
Aw, he's being so vulnerable right now.
Marry me, Lisa.
Marry me, Lisa. Sutphin Boulevard. Oh, he's on the E train. Oh, I took this train every single day because I went to school in Brooklyn, but then I lived in Queens. My father would take me to school in the morning, but I would have to take the train home. This was vulnerable. This was risky. And a lot of men don't do these grand gestures. A lot of men don't bear their heart out like this because it's a risk. They risk humiliation. They risk rejection. So it's hard. But I felt like it was so romantic. I'm a sucker for romance. Oh my gosh. It was romantic. Even to this day, in a world that's obsessed with appearance, in a world that's obsessed with what you look like and the amount of money you have, honesty can be one of the grandest gestures you can make.
I only want our son to be happy.
And so do I.
A lot of people are dishonest, and not maliciously. Some people are dishonest because they're protecting themselves.
Well, it is a stupid tradition.
Who am I to change it?
I thought you were the king.
The conflict between societal expectations and individual autonomy, this applies to many, many cultures, even my own. And I'm not from Zamunda. So they haven't spoken since the train and they just get married? I don't know if I like that. The last conversation we had was a fight. I want to talk it out. I want to talk it through. Like, I have questions. I mean, I guess I have my whole life to ask questions. Oh, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed that. That was good. That was nice. I had such a good time. Coming to America might be a comedy, but underneath all the laughs, it's about identity, love, and the courage to live life on your own terms. Akeem wasn't just looking for a wife. He was looking for someone to see past the crown and actually see him. And maybe that's why it still resonates. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a prince in Queens or someone trying to figure out their next steps, we all want the same thing: to be loved, to be understood, and to be seen for who we actually are. If you enjoyed watching this with me, hit the subscribe button so that we can watch more films together. Until then, remember, real love does not need a royal title. Can you see I'm coming to America? Say, can you see I'm coming to America? Can you see I'm coming to America?